put a pitch in here for Joel and what he did in his talk show regarding workers' compensation in North Dakota. At our firm, we've been fighting those, I'll use the B word for bureaucrats in honor of the sister being here, for 30 years. But it took a guy like Joel and his radio station and his guts to take on that horrible bureaucracy, and we changed it around with the measure. It wouldn't have happened without Joel Heitkamp. A lot of other people pitched in, but it was Joel that was the mouthpiece for it, and that, in this case, mouthpiece is a good term. And about that being a Democrat, I'm a yellow dog Democrat with no damn apology support whatsoever. Now, I don't have any problem against Republicans. Some of my best friends are Republicans. I just happen to believe they shouldn't hold elected office. And a classic example is the Employee Free Choice Act. You want to take a look who's for it and who's against it, and you're going to find a straight Republican-Democrat split. That's just the way it is, folks. And you know, I want to talk a little bit from my perspective and seeing the union busters and their attorneys over the years and how they have used this so-called secret ballot to intimidate and buy off the best interest of the workers. First of all, let's talk about the big lie. I think Joe Stalin said that if you say it long enough and loud enough and to enough people, you can make a lie sound like the truth. Well, saying that this law takes away the employee's right to a secret ballot is a flat-out lie. Right. That's wants the ballot, they'll have that ballot, which is overseen by the National Labor Relations Board. That's preserved in the law. What it does do, it adds the card check off, which means for the first time that the union members can decide themselves if that's what they want to do to collectively organize. They have that right to do it. Now let me tell you what it's like now, and you can see it happen recently in North Dakota. The employer doesn't give two hoots and a brown bag about a secret ballot. What they do care about is the extent of time it takes for the NRB to get on board to have one. What does the employer do at that time? They spend hundreds and thousands, in some places millions of dollars with disinformation campaigns, hiring union busting firms out of state to fly in with who are masters of disaster and who have nothing but lies to spread about what's going to happen if these union members, if these employees vote to unionize. It's outright intimidation, outright lies, and even when they break the law, because you have a statutory right to organize in this country, even when they break the law, the remedy was to the National Labor Relations Board. Well, I tell you folks, under 8 years of Bush, that was no remedy at all. And by the time that the National Labor Relations Board got around to, if ever, doing anything about the violations of law by these union busting attorneys and their ilk, it was too late. By that time, the members had been intimidated, rumors had been spread, and the big bosses won again. So let's not kid ourselves with this, who's our for and who's against this act. It's fair play representation for injured workers. It gives them a chance to finally begin to level the playing field with regard to organizing union shops. And without it, we're going to continue to see the decline in organized labor. And the people that are going to rejoice that is the 1/10 of 1% that I can figure out the Chamber of Commerce represents.
Right.
So folks, don't let them lie to you. If you aren't a good Democrat, be a good labor person and make sure you support this bill. It's in trouble. Not surprisingly, two of the pro-leaning Republicans, Specter in Pennsylvania, Lincoln in Maine, are being bought off. If we don't get their support, we won't beat the filibuster. And they're hiding behind the economy, you name it. So we can't afford to do it now, maybe later. You heard that before? So what we need is a concerted effort. Our two senators are on board against some pretty incredible pressure against them. But what you can do is certainly write letters to the two senators saying that you support them, that it takes courage for them to do this in the face of the opposition they have in North Dakota. and encourage your brothers and sisters in Pennsylvania and Maine to try to change their senators around. Because we need those 2 Republican votes to break the filibuster. It's passed the House, it's fair play, common sense legislation, and it'll finally start the long road back from 8 years of the disaster of the Bush administration. Thank you.